The BBC is interrupting its normal programmes to bring you an important announcement. This is BBC News from London. Buckingham Palace has announced the death of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. In a statement, the palace said the Queen died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon. The King and the Queen Consort will remain at Balmoral this evening and will return to London tomorrow. BBC Television is broadcasting this special programme reporting the death of Her Majesty the Queen.
And as we have done with the bipartisan infrastructure legislation, we are going to make sure that what we pass, these laws that we pass to improve the Americans' lives, are implemented in a way that has a real.
All right, good morning, and thank you again to everyone who is here with us on Live Now from Fox. This just in, here's some breaking news. You can see as our choppers are up above the palace, the flag being lowered to half a staff, and some sad news being shared all across the area here today. Going to take you down to the ground shot, as well as crowds outside going to be gathering and mourning the life and legacy that's been left behind with Queen Elizabeth II. You can see here just the flag, which we were keeping a very close eye on, was up, standing tall, standing proud earlier here today. We saw so many different vehicles being rushed over to the castle in Scotland where the Queen was spending the summer, and now here at Buckingham Palace, you can see once again that flag has been lowered to half staff, and more people start to gather outside of the palace here, as we are now learning that they do say that they have Queen Elizabeth II who has died. Let's go ahead and bring up the royal family's tweet as they are just confirming this here for everyone who is watching here with us on Live Now from Fox here, bringing it to you from their Twitter page. Again, the royal family saying the Queen died peacefully this afternoon. The King and Queen Consort will remain at Balmoral this evening and will return to London tomorrow. So the whole family right now going to be mourning the loss of this life, especially after she had reigned for 70 years. And it was a 70 wonderful years, tough years. There was many different struggles the royal family had went through throughout those years. But
breaking news. I want to go straight to London. I want to bring in CNN royal correspondent Max Foster outside Buckingham Palace. Max, what are you learning?
The Queen has died, very sadly. She died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon. The King and Queen Consort were referenced there to Charles. He automatically becomes King, will remain at Balmoral this evening and will return to London tomorrow. I'm just going to look at another email I just received, if there's any extra there. No, the Queen has died, and long live the King. I'm not going to call him King Charles because we don't know what his name will be, but all we know is the Queen died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon, which is horrific news for the nation, and I can only imagine how people feel watching this. You'll see that the flag over Buckingham Palace has been lowered to symbolise the Queen's death. I don't know quite what to say. I mean, this was the news we were dreading, but obviously what happened this afternoon was the Queen died and the family were informed and they headed up to Balmoral and they are there to pay their respects.
And I'm afraid to say in the last few moments, the following statement has been released. It reads, I will find that statement for you. The Queen died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon. The King and the Queen Consort remain at Balmoral this evening and will return to London tomorrow. So let's take a moment to reflect on that news.
Report. I'm Nora O'Donnell in our nation's capital, and we have breaking news from the United Kingdom, where we have just sad news that Queen Elizabeth II, the longest-serving British monarch, died today at Balmoral Castle. That is her summer home in Scotland. Her Majesty was 96 years old and had spent a record 70 years on the throne. We want to show you live pictures from Buckingham Palace, her home for decades. We just received the news from the royal family. They sent out a statement saying the Queen died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon. The King and the Queen Consort will remain at Balmoral this evening and will return to London tomorrow.
Stop right now because we do have this breaking news just coming in from Buckingham Palace. Queen Elizabeth II has died just hours after her doctors said they were concerned for her health. The 96-year-old Queen has been at Balmoral Castle in Scotland. Of course, we showed you her family traveling there to be by her side. The pictures you were looking at of members of the British public gathering at Buckingham Palace. Among the people with her at Balmoral, her 4 children, Andrew, Anne, Edward, and Charles, who is now officially king, automatically ascending to the throne upon the announcement of his mother's death. The Queen's grandson, Prince William, is also there. His brother, Prince Harry, we were told, was on his way. The Queen, of course, the longest reigning monarch in British history and one of the longest reigning ever. She had been on the throne for 70 years. She was last seen just 2 days ago in this photo with the new Prime Minister. NBC's Keir Simmons now with more on the Queen's extraordinary life and legacy.
Queen Elizabeth II, Great Britain's longest-serving monarch, died on
of the constitution of this country now get into play. There is the Prince of Wales now is the King, and Camilla is the Queen Consort. The situation is going to unfold over the next few days, where the Queen's body will be moved to Holyrood in Edinburgh, and then there'll be a service at St Giles Cathedral, and then the body will be brought down to it's quite hard actually even saying it, but be brought down to London for the ceremony that will take place here. So we've got 10 days of mourning before the funeral, but this country and the world is in mourning now, and it's we can only reflect on what was a truly incredible reign from an amazing person who was the epitome of duty and dedication of service.
Well, Robert, we know that we will be checking in with your expertise as to what is going to happen over the next few days, but we're showing you here. This is the official royal family website, and you can see now it has gone black with Queen Elizabeth II's birth date in 1926 all the way to her death today in 2022.